GLAM, Los Angeles.
Hi, Kirby. Hi, Sarah. Welcome to Los Angeles.
Thank you guys for being here. How has Beautycon been so far? Have I gotten a lot of goodies? Okay, good.
I got some K18,
Yeah.
which I don't need, but I'm very excited about. Okay, y'all, we have a very special guest today. We are so excited. If you listen to the podcast, you already know who this guest is. I guess if you're here, you already know who the guest is.
Yeah. That's why you're sitting here.
Yes, but this person created her first beauty brand. She's an author, and of course, she is an actress, a producer. She's probably in some of your favorite shows and movies. Please welcome to the stage and to Los Angeles, Lili Reinhart. Hi, Lili.
Hi.
Okay, listen, I know that we're supposed to lift you up for your cleverness and how smart you are and all of those things, but you're also just stunning, babes.
Stunning.
So what? I literally.
Stunning.
Oh, thank you.
Gorgeous.
Thank
so
you.
gorgeous. And on that note, a question we ask every guest on Los Angeles. What is on your face, Lili?
Right now, I have my Personal Day moisturizer, and I woke up with an allergic reaction under my eyes, which happens every now and then. Triamcinolone prescription steroid on my eyes, Armani foundation, and that's what's on my face.
I mean, you look stunning.
Thanks.
I can't even tell. That prescription works pretty well.
I guess, but I was also icing. I use the ones you put in the freezer.
The globes?
The little globes.
Yeah. You're like, of course that's going to happen the day I need to go on stage.
That happens to me, and I also have 2 big zits on my chin, but
Can't even tell.
But
What's,
that's okay.
what's your lip? Do you know? It's
my lip, I don't even know.
It's
I'm
gorgeous.
sorry.
No,
Okay,
thanks.
no, thank you.
It's okay. Let's talk about your earliest memory with beauty. Obviously, growing up, being, in Hollywood in the scene, you've obviously been in a lot of chairs. But even before that, what do you remember about makeup, your first discovery with it?
I'm sure a lot of people can relate, but I learned my makeup through YouTube. I watched a lot of YouTube. I watched Michelle Phan and a couple other YouTubers who were big in, I don't even know when it was, 2010 or something. I tried to do makeup like them and it looked horrendous, but at least I was trying and I was trying to learn, and I loved watching tutorials, and I loved writing down a list of my favorite products that they were using, and because I wanted to be, possibly if acting didn't work out, I wanted to be a makeup artist, but I wanted to go into special effects. I really like face painting for Halloween, especially. When I moved to LA for the second time, because I moved here twice, because the first time it didn't work out, I said, I'm going to give it another year with acting, and I was 19, and if it doesn't work out, then I'm going to go to this makeup school. But I never had to. But I still love makeup.
I can tell because your Halloween costumes that you did this year, your third eye was incredible. And I'm
you.
did she have an art background? I didn't realize that you were so into makeup artistry. That's amazing.
I think just from YouTube, and I get inspired on Pinterest from little things that I see, and that was where that came from.
She did these really cute little flamingos on her eyes for Halloween, y'all. I was so impressed. So
Very tedious with little sequins. It's very frustrating.
That's
But good.
amazing. Wow.
Yeah.
You guys would be like kindred spirits.
Yes, for sure. I love special effects makeup. Okay, Lili, so you've been open about your struggles with acne, but also mental health. And Sarah and I talk a lot about how those things go hand in hand a lot of the time. I find it really interesting. And I'm curious about your take, because in acting, you typically don't have control. You don't get to pick who your co-stars are.
Yeah.
You don't get to pick the script or the words that you're saying. And you usually can't control acne either. You can take care of your skin and you can hope that it helps. But recently you've started producing more of your projects, and now you have your own skincare brand. Is that kind of why you wanted to create something of your own?
In terms of projects, I was given the opportunity to be a producer a few years ago, and I really loved it. And then I was given the opportunity to create my own production company. So that's been really fun. And you do have a lot of control, but it's still like you are handing it over to the higher ups. Whereas the skincare line Personal Day is really like the definition of me, and I've made every decision that you see in front of you. So it really is a product of something that I have had my hand in every single part of it. And not that I'm like desperate for control by any means, but to have something that really does feel like purely me. I guess I did do that. Like when I published a book of poetry, it was also kind of a desire to just create something that was from me and no one else could interfere with it. But this is also really that. It is just me, and I've had full say in everything, but I've had a great team who are here and are incredibly supportive and have helped me fully execute my vision. So I'm very, I'm not a chemist, but, and I'm not a, graphic designer, and I'm not someone who does that. But so having these people who have helped me create my vision, I'm very lucky to do it alone.
So you mentioned your love of makeup.
Mm-hmm.
You, like Kirby mentioned, have been very open about your skincare journey. When you were deciding to create a brand, was there a piece of you that like wanted to maybe explore the makeup side, or you were like always skincare?
Honestly, not really. I've had acne since I was 12, and a few years ago, I sort of was realizing I've been on accutane twice, and it sort of clicked in my head that it was really what I was using on a day-to-day basis that was making the biggest difference in my skin and in my acne. And I realized that there really wasn't a skincare line out there that I felt that I could fully trust when it came to the ingredients inside of them. Once I started Googling and copy and pasting the ingredients into like an ingredient list checker, and realizing that all these things I was using on a daily basis were probably triggering my acne and making it worse, that was a big light bulb moment for me, and a reason why I was like, okay, I have this opportunity. People are saying, let's create a brand. What do you want it to be? And having an acne care skincare line that was, free of acne triggering ingredients became what I wanted to do. There are so many skincare products, but there are so many makeup lines, and it felt that my connection to the acne story was so much stronger than my connection to makeup, I guess.
We read that your skin sort of changed when you stopped sitting at the counter and picking it, and when you stopped using these products that had these triggers. There's actually a way to be able to detect that on the website, right?
Yeah, we have an ingredient checker on the website. So if you have a skincare product that you're using and you go to that website and click the ingredients, you can copy and paste those ingredients onto an ingredient checker on our personalday.com website and see if there's any particular ingredients that are. Check your makeup primers. Those are really full of acne triggers, and I feel like a lot of people aren't aware or wondering why they're breaking out, but a lot of makeup products have acne trigger ingredients, so just so you know.
That's amazing. Like, not only are you offering products, but it's actually a service that you're also providing on the website just for anyone to come.
That's what helped me big time when I was on this journey of figuring out what was causing my acne. So I wanted to be able to provide that as well.
Yeah, very cool.
Okay, Lili, so you've talked about the pressure of Hollywood beauty standards in a really upfront way that I feel like a lot of people kind of just put behind the curtain. It's all smoke and mirrors, but you really kind of brought that to the forefront. You told us when we were on a Zoom, doing a pre-call, you're like, I wasn't a child star, but I was working as an actress very, very young. You started acting at a very formative time in your life. How do you maintain a sense of self or a sense of confidence or even authenticity in an image-focused industry?
It's really hard. But I also think we're living in such a performative time in the world that really anyone and everyone can relate to that. I'm in the industry and I do films and television, but I think if you have Instagram or TikTok or any form of social media, it's a persona and it's like a performance kind of. And I guess what I've tried to do with my platform is just be as real as I possibly can. And some people are like, is it scary to post? And I'm like, if I stop and actually think about how many people are going to view the stuff that I post, I probably wouldn't post them because it would freak me out. But I guess I kind of just post as if, I know my little sister is going to see it and I want her to feel like she can look up to me when it comes to, I guess, I've been very vocal about politics this year and I've never really done that before. And I guess I want to be a good role model, but I also want to be me. And so try to kind of lessen that persona as much as possible.
Also, I was going to ask you about rejection because I
Sure.
don't know how actresses handle rejection. Actors.
Oh, it's horrible, and I
would
deal
be
with it all the
miserable.
time.
Yeah, you've been doing this now like most of your life. Has rejection gotten easier? Have you found anything to help you
No.
overcome it? Okay, great.
No, I mean, rejection is, you think that like once you hit a certain point of success, you don't get rejected or you don't have to audition for things anymore, or things just kind of are constantly flowing in. And while you do have that, you do have a lot of offers and opportunities, I still absolutely face rejection. And I have a production company, and I'm really trying to tell stories about young women in their 20s and that real experience. And making those types of movies right now is really difficult. So I'm trying to power through rejection that I face in the industry still as an actor, but also as a producer, trying to tell real stories that are actually going to move the needle in some direction for young women. And it's hard. It's hard to get that done when a lot of men are at the head of the table. So, you know, I just hope that as time goes on, more women can be in positions of power. And I have seen it over the years, like more and more. When I go onto a Zoom and it's all women, I'm like, that makes me happy. No offense to the men, but I think like, you know, it's a different experience with all women, and I hope that continues, yeah.
Do you have any advice for anyone in the audience who are in their 20s, or any advice you wish you would have given yourself when you were younger, going through what you did?
When people are assholes, it's usually a projection, and they're fully projecting onto you. I don't think happy people are bullies, and, you know, happy, satisfied people don't go on the internet and bully you, or in person, at school, or in the workplace. They just don't do that. And I think it says so much more about the person who's inflicting that pain than about you. And I guess I wish I would have been told that when I was a teenager, or when I was even just like 10 years ago, first starting, you know, entering the world of fame and seeing the things that people were saying to me that were so mean, understanding that it was not actually a reflection of me in really any way. It was more so just projection.
There's a lot of noise in the beauty world. I mean,
I thought you meant in the room. I was like, I also can't hear you very well.
Yeah, it's extremely loud in here. We're trying our best, but can everyone hear us okay? We're good? Okay,
good.
Okay,
You
good.
can see just here the immense amount of brands and different brands that are available, but it is crowded, and beauty is a $500 billion industry. How do you see Personal Day standing out in such a crowded space?
To create a skincare line, as someone who's in the industry, I imagined and anticipated the eye rolls that I would get, because I also do that when a celebrity launches something. I'm like, okay, that's annoying. This is not a brand that I've smacked my face on and said, I'm going to take credit for this. I've been working on this for 3 years, and it's also something that I've been super vocal about for 10 years. So it's really not out of left field, and I have a relationship with the acne community. I have a relationship with the mental health space. So it feels organic to me. But then also, Personal Day itself is a special skincare line in the sense that the full line is completely free of acne triggering ingredients. And the products that we're launching are all under $40. I don't like to spend money. So I also know that I have a lot of young fans who also don't want to spend money. And there was no point in me launching like a skincare line that was $80. That's just not relatable, and it's unattainable, and it's unrealistic. So our products are under $40. And also, I love skincare. I don't love that my bathroom counter is completely insane and messy, but I love skincare. And when I was like 18 and entering the industry, and I was getting PR packages of skincare, it was very exciting to me. And then I also destroyed my face because I was using so many different things that were really bad for my skin. But it's because I loved product and I loved to play around with it. But so our products offer not only ingredients for acne, but also ingredients that you would see in luxury skincare. Like we have niacinamide, we have azelaic acid, and we have squalene, and we also have mevalonic acid, which is exclusive to our acne care line. Mevalonic acid is like a newer acid, and it repairs skin at the molecular level. So the products really are preventing and treating your acne, but they're also just really, like anyone, you don't have to have acne to use the line. So I love that about it as well. Even if you don't have acne, it's not going to trigger acne.
Totally. And if this is your first time listening to an episode of Los Angeles, we don't just have every single celebrity that launches a beauty line on the podcast. We've said no to plenty, but one of the reasons that we felt that this was going to be a fun conversation is because Lili is super passionate about skincare. She's been talking about it her entire career, so it didn't feel like it was out of left field.
Yeah.
And the signature hero ingredient that I literally butcher the name of every time, it's mevalonic.
Mevalonic.
It's pretty new, but there is clinical research behind it and how efficacious it is. And we felt that was a really distinct point of difference for this particular brand. We think you're knocking it out of the park, and we're really excited for you.
Kirby and I were saying that this saved us this week because we both were dealing with some breakouts. I used last night the peel and the recovery mask, and then the treatment is amazing. I traveled with the moisturizer, and like you said, it's like I don't have acne, but it's like I have breakouts here and there, and it totally helped. It totally worked, and it was like gentle enough where I feel like my nieces and nephews could use it, and I could use it a few times a week. And the packaging is so cute.
Thank you.
It's such a great brand. So.
I'm really glad you had a good experience, because it's like I would be horrified to put my name and face on products that didn't work.
Yeah.
So to be able to be here and like I'm in full support of these products because I use them myself. And look, when you've been on Accutane, you understand the desperation between needing that shit to end.
Yeah.
It sucks. And I've had to do it twice and considered doing it a third time, but was like, no, my body needs to rest. But also, sometimes there's a lot more going on, and Accutane is Accutane, but it really, changing what you use on a daily basis can really make a big difference. So,
Is there one product that you're just like in love with, if you had to pick?
The acne treatment, because what I feel is really keeping my breakouts at bay. And I still get a pimple here and there, but overall, my skin is like truly the best it's ever been, which is crazy to say that after using my own line, but I'm like, it's really true. I plan on posting like my own before and after photos, which are kind of insane. But when I went off Accutane, my acne came back with a vengeance and was like so much worse than it was before, which was like after months of doing this thing that is like so bad for your body, it was so disheartening. And truly, it was kind of like right around the time where I was like, I need to create products that are going to help people and myself. My skin has made a 180, and I'm so proud.
Were you on Accutane while you were filming Riverdale?
Yeah.
Whoa.
I was afraid to go back on it a second time because I didn't want like a purge to happen, but my skin was really so bad. It really like truly came back worse than it ever was. And I was right in the beginning of filming an entire season, and I was like, I don't know how this is going to get any better while I'm shooting, while I'm wearing makeup 16 hours a day for 5 days a week. So I was like, I'll just go back on it. And it was sort of a moment of defeat, but I was only on it for a few months, and then I was able to get off of it, and the show ended, and I was like, okay, now I can let my skin like fully reset and just focus on healing it with product. I received lab samples of all the products as we're developing them, and I'm, a test dummy, so I'm using them on myself. I would never hand out products to people and be like, try them and fuck up your skin. You know, I'm like, I'm gonna try them myself. So I was trying different iterations of each product on my own skin and making sure that, because I have the most sensitive skin, so I was like, I want to be the test dummy here. So I've tried through every iteration of every product.
We're talking a lot about beauty, the beauty industry. You've been in this industry for a really long time. You're a former cover girl, you know. If there was anything that you could change about the beauty industry, what would you say that would be?
Body shapes and sizes are trends that people and brands hop on and off of. I think there was in the 2015, a really beautiful plus size movement, and people were being really inclusive with fuller body types, and then that kind of just went away. And I think the trends that I'm seeing now in people in my industry and also on social media, it's very clear that a certain body type is very in right now, and I think that's gross. And if I could change one thing, it would be putting a trend on the shape of a human body.
Yeah. I love that. What about entertainment, the entertainment industry?
Let young women tell their stories, because I'm really sick of seeing depressed women on screen eating ice cream on a couch. I think that's not what depression looks like. I have depression 24/7, 365, and I get up and I go to work and I do my job, and I think a lot of women do, and it's just not portrayed realistically. I'm a big mental health warrior because I suffer from a lot of things, and so really with my production company, I'm trying to tell stories of all different types of people, and it's really difficult because if you make a woman who's inherently problematic, as a character, if she's maybe a little bit of a narcissist, or she's problematic, or she has all these flaws, people don't want to make your movie because they're like, well, she's not likable and we're not going to root for her. And it's like, but this is a human being and it's a story that needs to be told. I would say give women a chance to tell their stories and tell them in a realistic way that reflects how complicated women are today and how they've always been.
Lili, I have to ask, obviously mental health is such a priority for you. How do you protect your peace?
I'm like, do I?
You're like, I get on TikTok and Instagram. I don't know if I'm really protecting peace here.
TikTok is better for me than Instagram. Instagram's difficult. But every day, especially right now, social media is really challenging for me with the election, and I also feel like every time I have to promote a film or a show or the skincare line, I'm putting myself out there a lot more than I am on a daily basis. So I feel exposed a lot when I do that, and I feel you're kind of basically saying hey, judge me and criticize me to people who do that on the internet, and it's unavoidable. But I mean, I guess lately I've been listening to an Audible audiobook about a dopamine detox and how I look at my phone from when I'm walking from the bottom of my steps to my bedroom, which is 10 seconds. I'm using those 10 seconds to look at my phone, and it's let's stop doing little things like that. I'm trying to not fill the void of empty space with my phone, because it just is literally causing me more anguish.
Yeah.
So, and it's hard. We're addicted to our phones. I won't speak for everyone, but I certainly am. And I reach for it constantly and just open up an app and start scrolling. And I think it's bad for my head. And so I'm really trying to just limit phone time, but it's hard.
You should also read Malcolm Gladwell's new book, The Revenge of the Tipping Point.
Oh.
It's all about social media trends. Everyone here could benefit from reading it, I think. It's very good.
Right now I'm reading a book called The Gap and the Gain. And it's basically about if you're the type of person who's never satisfied with your own success and you always have to keep going and you can't just be happy where you are or with what you've achieved. And I'm that type of person. So I just started reading that book.
Ooh, that's
my therapist recommended that to me.
You'll have to share your reading list with us.
I'm so guilty. I don't read many books anymore because I read scripts all the time. So in my free time, I'm not let me pick up a book. So I've been listening to a lot of audiobooks. Earlier this year, I listened to 7 celebrity autobiographies as I was driving around LA. And I listened to Matthew Perry's, Britney Spears, Paris Hilton, Jeanette McCurdy,
Jeanette's is great.
Yeah.
So was Britt Britt's. I'm just saying. If you haven't read her memoir, it's incredible.
I'm a big fan of
Same.
memoirs, yeah.
Okay, we're going to do a rapid fire, a fun little game show type moment. Do you have a girl dinner?
My girl dinner, I get in these phases where I eat the same thing for like 8 days in a row. Right now it's unfortunately Wendy's.
Oh.
So it's chicken nuggets and fries and a chocolate frosty. I had it last night.
Is that your preferred chicken nugget? Wendy?
That's a hard... Maybe for right now, it is for sure, yeah.
Girl dinner.
Chicken nuggets or Wendy's.
Mine's a snack plate. There's a girl that makes these amazing snack plates on TikTok. I went and made egg salad, potatoes. I made all of these little salads for me to have a snack plate because of this woman on TikTok.
My girl dinner is mom dinner. It's like whatever the kids haven't eaten.
Yeah. Leftovers.
That's what I'm eating.
But when you put them on those little baby plates, they look so much more appealing.
Yeah.
Okay, what is your FYP feeding you currently, your For You page?
Unfortunately, it's a lot of the election stuff, which causes me anxiety. But what else is it? I'm trying to think. That's unfortunately mainly taking over right now.
Yeah. Okay, what was the last thing you saved on your phone? Do you remember?
I try and save funny things that I can, or like good life advice. If I'll scroll on something and it's like, ooh, this person's making a really good point, but I'm not in the mindset to digest it right now, I'll save it and come back to it later.
This is a Kirby question.
Okay, wait, this was based off of your Halloween costume. It's not out of nowhere. It's not out of nowhere.
Would you say your third eye is open?
It's pretty open. Yeah.
So are you intuitive? Like, are you a good judge of character?
I'm a Reiki master.
Oh.
So I, in 2020, set out to learn Reiki, and over the course of 2 years, became a Reiki master. So I am very in touch with my spirituality and intuition.
Can we book you?
You can book me. No, I mean, I don't like offer services, but like to friends for sure, because you can do a long distance as well. But I do it on myself.
It's amazing.
And to my friends who really need it, yeah.
What is your theme song at the moment?
Disease by Lady Gaga.
So good. I thought you might say Ethel Cain, even though that is
I listened to her new song last night. I'm such an Ethel Cain fan.
Same.
Yeah.
I'm obsessed. Okay.
Kirby is obviously a huge fan of yours, but a huge fan of Riverdale.
I met Lily through Riverdale, so I feel like it's fair that I get to ask on my own show one Riverdale question.
Go, you can ask any Riverdale questions.
Thank you, Betty. I really appreciate it.
You're welcome. I've got the ponytail for you.
Oh,
cute.
After my own heart. Okay. What is your favorite unhinged storyline on Riverdale?
God, there's so many. I mean, we did like time travel, but I think maybe when Betty was locked in a psych ward for a minute and she was about to get a lobotomy, that's something that probably I'll never do again. This is the thing about Riverdale. I've done so many things on that show that I know I will never do again, and that's like a privilege. I think it's a privilege. I'm an actor, and I play make-believe, and I get to do this crazy shit for 7 years. I defend Riverdale until I die.
Same. And by the way, I am glad that TikTok is finally accepting that the finale of Riverdale was so good. I was sobbing, crying, and now they're like all over my FYP. It's like these fan edits of the end of Riverdale, and I'm cried to every single one. So I felt like they
you
did it
seem like
justice.
Someone who's experienced the highs and lows of high school football.
It's very obvious.
Yeah.
Very obvious. Okay, Lily, where can we find Personal Day?
Personal Day is available on personalday.com right now, and hopefully in 2025 will be in stores somewhere.
Okay, we'll keep an eye out. Lily, thank you so much for coming on Los Angeles. We're so excited to chat with you. Thank you to our lovely audience for coming, and we appreciate all the support. You can find us at Los Angeles Pod wherever you get on social media.
Thank you.